All right, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. It's January 15th, and I welcome you to the 15th day of our session. You'll notice the new hat. This is the fourth and final installment that I had to pre-record. Tomorrow we'll be back to daily messages that aren't pre-recorded, so hopefully I didn't hurt the message too much, but I didn't want to lie to you and try to fake you out. So anyway, let's move on. First reading of the day, Daily Reflections of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. And for January 15th, he writes, as we look around us and within us and recognize the problems created as we live and interact within the personality ethic, we begin to realize that these are deep, fundamental problems that cannot be solved on the superficial level on which they were created. We need a new level, a deeper level of thinking, a paradigm based on the principles that accurately describe the territory of effective human being and interacting to solve these deep concerns. So this one reminds me of the saying that people bring up from Socrates, that the unconsidered life is not worth living. And I think what he's trying to get to is here, this is the way I've interpreted it, is that he's saying, I think most of us walk around kind of unanalyzed, unthinking, and we operate basically on personality. My personality responds to your personality. You know, my personality doesn't like your kind of personalities. My personality loves your kind of personalities. And how I feel and how I react and how I wander through my days based upon what I come across in your personalities. And this creates a lot of problems. Individually, in families, in companies, in communities, nationally, internationally. And I think what he's saying here is if you want to get to those problems, if you want to resolve some of the conflicts of acting kind of superficially or going through life a little bit superficially, you have to consciously drop down to a much deeper level. And that's what I think this book helps us do. And I think the other one does as well. That's what I take away. You know, we create problems when we act based on our personality, and to solve that, we have to go deeper and learn a different way of acting and behaving and thinking. And I think that's what we're trying to do in this series. All right, on to our second reading, Napoleon Hill's Positive Action Plan. Again, we're in January, 31 Days of the Traits of Character, and for January 15th, he writes, if you have the courage that comes from the sincere conviction that you are a person of sound character, an honest, dependable, kind, and caring person, you will never have to worry about what others think of you. If you know in your own heart that you are a good and decent person, you can meet life's challenges head on and without fear of what others think. So as usual, this is a tough one, and for me this was interpreted to mean, do you need to be liked? Do you truly care about what other people think of you? Do you care more about what other people think of you than what you think of yourself? And if so, boy, I consider that a big red flag. And we have to get good about how we feel about ourselves. What are some of the other things that we've been talking about in this series? You know, get good at some of the things that you're not good at so you can start feeling better about yourself, so you can develop an inner strength, so you don't care about what other people think, because you know you're doing the right thing for the right reasons at the right time with the right priorities, that you're developing the right kind of habits. You're doing the right thing, and you know why you're doing it, and you can justify it, and you feel good about it. So I don't really care what you think. It can seem mean to say I don't care what you think. I don't think it's meant to. I think sometimes we place value on that and say, well, I'm being mean to you by saying I don't care what you think about me. But I think if we operate from a position of I know what I'm doing and I know why I'm doing it and I believe it to be right, your opinion then doesn't matter. I might want to hear it, and I might stir it into the stew of my thinking and my day and my planning, but to the bottom line is I have to go based on what I feel is right. And I know back when I served in politics, I've always felt you had to drop a rudder in and follow your own rudder in life. Otherwise, people would jerk you back and forth all over the map. So do you guys have a rudder in place? Do you know what's right? Do you know what you believe, and are you following it? And if not, you know, get on here and fix some of these things and know where you're going and why, and feel good about it, and be less concerned about what other people think of you. Anyway, that's how I've lived the last several years, and I feel like it's the right thing for me. Again, God, thanks for being here. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.